Okay. Yeah, madam, you're here. Good morning. Hello, madam. Can you hear me? Hello, madam. Can you hear me? Oh, dear. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? No, unmute. Try and unmute yourself.
I've done that.
Okay, great. Okay, great. I was wondering whether you could hear me. All right. Okay. Okay, so I think first let me just I will need to log into your environment, or would you want to log into your environment and share your screen?
No, I'm logging. Okay, should I log
Yeah,
in?
log in and share your screen, because it will be more about your own access. So let me know if you can go through those things with your own access. So let's share your own screen.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, when you log in, oh, madam, there's something I wanted to just share with you. Let me share something with you first before you log in. But when I want to share, I want to log into your environment and share my screen. I want to explain some things with you.
Okay.
So that when you understand it, you can know how you can manage it going forward. But when I'm done, I will unshare so you can continue. But let me just share my screen now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. You can see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Okay. Great. Let me go to bond equity. There's something there about the trades. Now there is one facility here under trade processing. There's one facility under trade processing that is called this trade pullout multi. This option, this item is called trade pullout multi. I want to share with you how this thing works. I believe you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if I go down, what it simply does is that in a particular day, like the market has started, the market has ended, if there are issues or if there are successful processings of things, this screen will analyze everything and share with you. Like you can see, today is 11:09. Your broker has not started to trade, right?
Yes, today is 15th.
Yeah, today is 15th. Yes. So that's the default date. Yeah. So
Yes.
for today, nobody has started to trade yet in Shalom. So that is why this place is currently empty. It will dynamically be changing as trading is ongoing. You know, there's some noise there. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
let me go
Okay.
to another location.
No, don't worry. Don't worry if it doesn't disturb you. I'll just
Okay.
notice it. It doesn't disturb me. Now, this place will be having data very soon when he begins to trade. So what this dashboard does is that it simplifies the day's reconciliation.
Okay.
By 2:30, when the market closes, all total purchases summary will be here. All total sales summary will be here. And the net difference, which is what should be in the cash settlement difference per day, will be here. So this information is very useful to the trading and operations department as well as the accounts department. Now, and all the trades, if there are activities now, you'll begin to see items in these boards, in these dashboards. Right. So, but I want to use yesterday as an experience to share some things with you. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir. I'm with you.
let me go back to yesterday. I put 14th.
14.
So I just changed the date to yesterday's date, which was the date that you traded. So once I change that date, I can now say search all grids. I just say search all grids. So once I say search all grids, it will try to populate all transactions that transpired on that date, 14th, which was yesterday. And it will refresh the screen. Let's see what comes up. Okay. So as you can see, it can identify that yesterday it saw that the system processed 31 trades of purchases. It processed 33 trades of sales, and in all, 64 trades.
Well done.
So processing performance by metrics of that measure is about 100%. That is, at this point, nothing is failed by the manual process. What it got, it processed them. But there is additional thing that you need to give for that this board will show you. Now, remember I told you about this place that it tells you that the total purchase and the summation, the total sales and everything, that this is now the grand position. This one, you should compare it with what CSCS is telling you to adjust with. So every day you must balance out with CSCS, the same net. If this happens and you are accurate, it means that there is no issue for today. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the dashboard continues. Trade analytics continues. This one's about the 64 items that was identified here. These 64 items. This is the dashboard where everything is there. You can see one to everything to be. You can see the board. One pages of 1 to 4. Everything will be 64 there. Then if there were there rejected things, please take notes. Were there anything rejected? Yes, because the rejected table has something in its own dashboard. All that normal circumstance, this board should be empty.
Empty.
Right. But then for anything to appear here, there will always be a reason. And if you look at it, look at the reason. The broker traded, but the account number was not found in the system. I don't know whether you're getting me. The broker traded, but this account number 132226177 was not found in the system. And if you copy it and go and search, truly, you won't find it. But this account was involved in a trade yesterday. But because the system cannot find the system, this reject table analytics is an escalation board where it tells you that there was a problem for yesterday's trade. Something did not process. And if you look at the security, okay, if you look at the reason, it says invalid account number because it does not know where to go and put it. Whose account, who has this trade? Because the account was not found. I don't know whether you are getting me.
Yes, sir.
Now, apart from the fact that this board is showing this, if you check your email, the email address that was given to the application, it must have also fired a real-time email to that your email address. That email address information is supposed to be something that should like sensitize or keep the compliance officer to be aware that this problem existed for that day. Because if he's not notified throughout that day, nobody will know that there was this problem. You won't know. So at that time yesterday, it fired a mail into this mailbox, into that mailbox about this problem, that this account was traded, but it could not get processed because the account was not valid. See, and it's the same account, but it has many trades. It appears it's the same account. Okay, this is another one. This is another one. This is another one. But this person was very busy. This account number did many things. that was not treated, Now, this observation, do you know what happens because of the AI boosted nature of what we are doing now? Do you know the correction?
What's the correction?
The correction is just that because this information has come to the limelight, what the operations people just need to do is to go and confirm that they update this account correctly under account maintenance. And as soon as they do that, do you know one thing? The system will come back to this place and make an attempt to reprocess the trade that was waiting for post-processing. It will do that automatically without human intervention.
It will still be on queue on the system.
It will still be on queue and waiting that the operations will go to update the account. So as soon as they do that
for
account,
how many days?
For only 48, I think it's 48 hours. Beyond 48 hours, we told the system after 48 hours, don't do that, don't give that functionality anymore. But because who knows, maybe the operations people have gone to do it manually and process the trade manually to balance up. So that when it does its own, it should not go and create a duplication or effects. I don't know whether you're getting that gap, that area.
Yes, I'm getting.
So that is the essence of this board. So that's the essence of this board. So this net trade board analytics board is actually the actual things that were in the customer's area, and you'll be able to see the individual grouped equity, the stock, all the charges, assuming you want to do any analysis. And guess what? If by chance there was anything to be corrected here, there is a more controlled pull-out and a more controlled reprocessing that we will now be able to manage people so that not everybody can just go and do pull-out anyhow. The pull-outs are now more managed. Your pull-out can be at the trade line level, or it can be for the whole day. But I'm just trying to...
That means?
What do you say?
That in this sense, what does it mean? Does it mean traded or
no? Which one is that? Which one is that?
Pull out. The way you use it here doesn't mean that the transaction has been.
No, this is it. Now let me explain the pull out. You see, when they process a trade, one or two things may not be right, may not be right.
Okay.
Are you with me? Maybe they processed a trade for some reason. It was supposed to be a buy, but they processed it as a sell. You know, so to correct it, you have to pull out and now process the right trade the right way. Are you with me?
Okay.
So that is pull out. But then there's another form of pull out. Like, you know, recently a customer may be having a concession, assuming like you understand. For you have a particular concession. Is that right? As a staff, you may have like a concession rate, which should have been updated in your portfolio account. But prior to this trade processing, prior to this trading, that concession may not have been updated in your account. Assuming they now process, it may go after the 1.35, which is the standard and statutory commission rate for all customers. Now, to correct that kind of a thing, the operations people will go to the concession area, update the right concession, and after updating the right concession, that trade that was processed previously will need to be pulled out and reprocessed. So that is what we mean by reprocess. So that reprocess will do two activities. It will pull out, and while pulling out, it will put it in the memory and now make an attempt to reprocess. This time around, when it's reprocessing, it will go to consult the concession file and now be using the right concession to do the reprocessing. I don't know whether you're getting it.
Yes, I'm getting it.
So that's the difference between the reprocess. The reprocess is a combination of two things: pull out plus reprocessing what was to be pulled out. The other one, pull out, simply means pull it out entirely. We don't want it again. But reprocess means pull it out, but reprocess because we have modified the concession for that customer. So we'll still hold a little session for all of the operations people by the end of this month on all these new things, because it goes a long way to help sanitize what they are doing and also put them under proper control. So I just feel I should just explain that. And all these ones are things that came from the orders management system. And of course, for houses that do not have OMS, this place will not function. Like if it was before now, this board would be empty here because you were not connected to the OMS. This is to tell you that all this activity passed through the OMS.
It passed through the fix.
Yes, it passed through the fix. You are right. Yes. So let me just stop it now so you can log in so we can adjust and treat that admin thing. You can just share your screen now. About 20 minutes now. So normally under the admin, there are about 6 lessons. These 6 lessons, we'll just run through them and very easily, once you understand, there's really no big deal. No, sincerely. Now, there's really no big deal about the admin. The first is that we need to understand the concept of what a role means. As an organization, you are
I'm trying to share my screen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to share my screen.
Yeah, I've granted you that privilege. You should be able to go ahead.
It's prompting me to leave the meeting and then to reshare.
Okay, maybe just try that. Just try that. Sorry. But I saw a message before. Maybe because I was sharing it. All right, you can try it now. Okay, you are muted. Admin. Okay, we'll go to admin. Admin. We're using the admin. You can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself so we can hear ourselves. Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Okay, now let's first start by the concept of what a role means. Or are you with me? The concept of what a role means. Let me explain that. So on the list of where you have under the user access control, you will see an item there called roles. Click on that roles.
So should I click on it?
Yeah, click on the roles. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, click on the roles. Okay, fine. Now let me explain this screen. Now, these roles, they are the set of grouped, let me put it, grouped tasks that have been grouped together to define a department or to define a set of operation. That is what the roles mean. So at this point, we are not interested in who is involved. No staff, no clients, nobody. We are not interested in who is involved. We are looking at the organization. What roles are the roles in the organization? And please, when we are doing this talk, it's not for us to begin to change anything now, but just for the knowledge, you understand? Now, this will help you, even if in future you want to begin to moderate the idea of roles as to how best Shalom Securities or Shalom Investments must be, or what actually active roles do you or can you possibly have? Because the roles in one organization may not necessarily have to be the same as in another organization. What matters is that the roles that you have must be functional to the departments and on the operations of your company. So that's why it can differ. It can differ what you find in your company and what you can have in another company. It must just be something that best suitable. We, from our side, does not impose what roles you must have. But right now here, what you just find here are just the basic, which when I explain them, you can better understand. You understand? Okay.
Understand.
Now, like for instance, on your listing here, we have accountant. If you agree with me, accountant is a role that you can give to that group of operation that relates with personnel that work in the accounts department. Not simple, not difficult, not more any complex thing. Then the role called administrator is that group of all the people. Like you can have more than one admin in a company, does not matter. Yourself as admin, your MD may be admin, maybe another group MD or something can be admin. It depends on what works. Like I said, it depends on how your organization see your roles. Now, but then by definition, admin must be that role that every administrator defined in an organization, that is the class that you must have. The next is the class or group called broker. If you are a broker, then you must be sure that the broker here has been given to the right person. Please take note, because not everybody will be a broker in that place. Let's just, for lesson's sake, let's just understand that. Then the next, okay, broker test. Look at it. When we first started broker test, that was why we brought this case. Broker test is available everywhere, because when we are first starting, this broker test era has passed. This broker test era has actually passed. But the broker test should be roles that you define that should enable you to allow a broker to do the broker test, not production activities. Whereas then we also have you also have the compliance. The compliance role is that group that you can actually allocate for people or person who is a compliance officer in Shalom. And the expectation here is that we do not expect compliance officers to do posting. We do not. Rather, we expect them to be able to view reports of your operation and be guided. So when you are setting up and configuring,
they are supposed to what?
They are supposed to be, yeah, they are supposed to be viewing reports. They are only able, they should only be able to view reports.
Reports, okay.
We don't expect them to be posting. You should not be able to give them any opportunities where a posting is required. Posting deposit, posting opening an account, that's not their business. Their business should be that they should have access to all the reporting sub-menus of the application. Based on the report is what the compliance officers work on. Do you get this? Do you get this, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and every other role is in that same fashion. That's all. Then, okay, here we hear credit. Like this is only applicable to companies that are into finance and banking operation, where you have loans and advances departments and they create that role. So this may not particularly be, like I said, this is coming as something that was just there. But then, like when you're configuring, it should just be something that matches what you want. So we can properly regulate that going forward. Then, now look at this one, says head of accounts. Don't forget that we have accountants. Accountant was like that generic and general role, but there must be an operational role created for the leader, the leader of that department, head of accounts. Because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I know.
So the leader needs to have access to what are particularly put together for leaders. That's why if you go to the GL accounts module, you have the admin area, you have the operations area. So the GL admin is meant for the head of operation. So when you are defining your role, you must define it with that in mind. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, the other one says head of operation. Now, if you look at it below here, we also have operation, just like the accountant. There's a department called operation, which almost everybody and many people are involved. But head of operation, there are certain specific roles that you want to reserve for head of operation, depending on how you want to plan it. So this is just all that is there. Now look at that. Even here, I see office assistant. This office assistant may be like a driver, like I see in some places. Do you know drivers? Because their MDs don't go out every time now, and they will just be sitting down and idling away and sleeping most of the time. Some offices are already engaging them to be posting transactions. So they can actually create a rule and attach them to those places and make them more functional in the company. So that when they are not driving the madam or the MD, they are doing one thing or the other on the application. So that is just the concept of roles. I don't know whether you have anything you don't understand here. At this point, we have not
understand.
At this point, we have not defined anything yet. At this point, later now we are not going to see how we can define these roles to suit what we want. And that is where the administrator like you are, comes in. Yes. Earpiece might help you.
Let me get earpiece.
Yeah, earpiece might help you. I can say, like, here I'm getting a lot of noise.
Please hold on, sir. Let me use the earpiece.
No problem. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Better. Is it better now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Better. Now, I was saying that at this point, up to this point, we have not spoken about how to define the roles, but we are just discussing the understanding of these roles. So the next is something we call role definition. Role definition, but then you find that under role permissions. Let me click on role permissions. Role permissions. Now, I want us to pick accounts module. Let's look at how we define the head of accounts. I want to use that as an example. Let's go to account. Let's go to account. Okay, fine. No problem. Let's leave it. No. Let's go to head of account. Head of accounts. Head of accounts. Right.
Head of accounts.
Excellent.
I've done that.
Right. Now, if you look at it, this head of account has already been defined, but for the purpose of the education, we want to see how it was defined. Now, if you look at it, they are saying that the head of account should have access to bond equity, should have access to fixed trading board, which is not correct. Sorry, are you with me?
Not it. Is it the same series? Another series? Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
With you, sir.
Look at this definition. Some things will be faulty, some things will be right. Sir. But you see, this is not the time I want us to begin to change anything, but I want to just let you know how things work. Now, we are saying that this role is for head of account. Okay. But you can imagine, fixed trading board is checked for him, which is not right. That's not his job.
Yes. So shall I uncheck that?
Let's uncheck it. Yes, uncheck. Add, uncheck add. No, just uncheck. Add. Yeah, add, edit, view, delete.
View, delete.
Now, hold on. Just for doing that, let's confirm another line. Let's confirm another line. That is the line of admin. You know, the man is not, the head of account does not necessarily have to be the administrator. Is that correct?
Yes.
Aha. So that is fine. Then look at the general ledger line. It's checked for him. Please always remove the okay, in 10 minutes. I will have to start so that we can come in again. Okay. Always remove this delete. We have to remove it. Please let me remove all the delete column. Delete, and the one on top. Aha. We don't need to go there at all. Those ones are not important. Now for the GL general ledger, because we are talking about the head of account, that's his domain. That's what he must do, where he must go to. Then, if there is a fixed asset register, he has the right to go to fixed asset register because he's the head of what? The head of accounts. That's correct. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
just for this modification that we have made on this page, we have a submit, which you have to click. Click on that submit. Now, what you have done now is that we are maintaining the head of accounts and making sure that the head of account works the way he must work. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
So that whoever is the head of account, when he logs in, this is what and how he must see, the system must see that person and will be given access to the places. But if tomorrow anything changes, you are the administrator, you can now come back here and begin to give him back the things that we have removed. Are you? I don't know whether you are getting me.
Yes, I'm with you.
Now, but then it's not. We're not done yet. If you look at the, let's go to general ledger. Let's go to the general ledger, which is the core department. On that row, can you see add, edit, view is checked, right?
Yes. Is it not supposed to be able to delete too?
No. I'm telling you that delete function doesn't come in anymore. It's not functional for anything. It's not about him being deletable or something. At the application level, the management, the application will manage him at that level further. Okay. The first thing is that what we are just trying to do here is to grant him access or not grant him access. Are you with me?
Yes.
So now, do you know this point that we are now, where we are seeing general ledger? On that line, you see task group. Can you see task group?
Task group.
On that same line of general ledger, you see task group. There's a message.
Yes, I've seen it.
Thank you. Now, what it means is that, you see, general ledger is not even a module. It's not just a task. It is just a module group. It's a task group. Please take note. General ledger is not an activity. Nobody uses general ledger and posts and say, I've done general ledger. There's nothing like that. It's not an action word. It's a noun. So that thing is just a doorstep. It's the doorstep. It's like you have a key to enter the accounts office.
Okay.
Now, if you now click on the task group, Right. Can you see what has happened now?
Yeah.
The general ledger that you open now, that is like you opening the door to see who is in this office. Who is in that office? At this point, you see all the accounts officers, assuming it was a broad office like in the civil servants, the way they have an open office. So you see people who can go to GL admin, people who can go to GL operations, people who can go to, many places, and even people can go to the reports. But take note, we are talking about the head of accounts. And if you agree with me, in some organizations, the head of accounts is not expected to post transaction. Please take note. Yes. The head of account, under normal circumstance, is not expected to post transaction. So his only department, the only module he should go to when he logs in should be the GL admin, because he's the administrator within the general ledger module. That's the understanding. Do you get that?
We have to uncheck all.
But please, let me, before we uncheck, please let me make one comment. I have just said that it depends on what your workforce design is looking like. So if we follow that principle, and I now ask you, please, how many officers do you have in your accounts department? How many, please?
That's two.
Excellent. So which means that one person will be a superior, and the other person will be an officer of the accounts department. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
This is where you can distinguish that separation. Because this title that says head of accounts shouldn't really be the same as accountant's role. There should be something that distinguishes them. So what we now need to do is that GL admin, we leave it as activated, and we remove all the things under GL operation, because the head of accounts has no business with the GL operation. uncheck GL operation.
I've done that.
Please, I don't know whether you understand it. Do you understand
yes,
that so
I
far?
understand.
Excellent. So for what we have just done now, for the purpose of head of account, what we have done now is just perfect. Now, then as head of account, you can see report. You can see report is check, check, check. So which is fine. Then look at another one, client financials. Should the head of accounts go to client financials? That's another question. Should that head of account be able to post deposits? Should he have that right? Like I told you, the head of account is just like somebody who should work like a compliance officer. There are better things for him or her to do. But I may not know if that works in Shalom. You understand? That's what I'm saying. It depends on what works with you. So if you think this right of head of account, posting deposit, posting client financials is not worthy, this is where you can come and uncheck it. But for now, let's leave it. Or what do you think?
About the manual? The manual.
Yeah, check the manual. Check the manual. No. That one should be freely available. That one should even be freely available. Please check it. That should be available for everybody.
Only the client financial.
Only the client financial. But please, like I say, please, you need to also consult. I hope the head of account does not do this task at this hours of this moment, because once we have done with this, he will cease to be able to do so. Unless if you grant him another role, but which is fine. Another role can now give him that privilege if he really must be able to do that. But by definition, head of a department, he should not be able to do that. He should only do things that are within the GL admin. This is the standard. What do you think? We should uncheck?
That, but let's leave it. Let's leave it for the default, because I know that sometimes that the two participants are not always around.
You see, that decision will be yours, and of course, it will be to the best. That will be yours, and will be to the best interest of the company. You understand?
Yes, let's give her the.
Oh, you want to give her back? Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah. Then also give the client financial back, and but you must click on submit. Yes. You must click on the submit to recognize what you have done now.
Yes, I know. Because you know that they don't come on the same day.
I know. You are now you are talking. That is now the workforce sentiment. Aha. Yeah. That's now the HR and workforce sentiment, which is the basis for which your decision here is very, very important. So, and this is the core work. And take note, please, no other person in Shalom has the privilege to do this except administrators. People set up as administrators. Now, I don't know whether this clarifies what it is.
Understand.
Now, then also look at the GL admin. Look at the GL admin. Have you okay? You have clicked on the submit. Look at the GL admin. If you look towards the last, you see tasks.
Yes.
Let's expand it. So Cloud Integra is very broad, very, very broad. So now these are now the tasks that the head of accounts should now be able to do. Are you with me? So all those things that are checked, like, okay, reallocate. The reason why you may not need to check everything here is that some operations are no longer in use. So there's no point giving it to anybody. Because look at reallocate trade. Reallocating trade is something that was of old stockbroking era. Nobody does trade reallocation now. If you have an error, you have to go and trade it out. But before now, they will just do, I want to reallocate. I bought something for Amos Emmanuel. I want to reallocate for Mrs. Amos Emmanuel. And people internally will just do that reallocation.